Hello. Hey, I was wanting to tell y'all a story about what happened to me one time. And it was a few years back in December. We had come down from the Dakotas to this big Texas town. And what? The Dakotas. No, I don't believe I knew a Rocky Raccoon. Well, anyway, we'd come down from the Dakotas to this big Texas town to have a tent service. And I, different ones of us thought while they were setting up the tents, we'd go get us something to eat and something to drink. And we went across the street and went through this little wooded area, and we come up on this hot dog stand. And I got me a hot dog and a big orange drink, because I like them big orange drinks. But before I could take nary a bite of that hot dog, there's this big group of people come sweeping through there and surrounded me, and I couldn't move, and I dropped my big orange drink. And I had to move with these people to where they was going because I couldn't get away. And they was going towards this big thing, dome-looking thing. And I thought to myself, my gosh, looks like probably a couple of Bingo jet airliners probably stored in there. And Bingo jet airliners. You know, Bingo jet airliners. Well, anyway, getting back to what I was telling y'all, we had to move with this group of people, and we came to a gate, and there was this young kid there saying, "Tickets, please." And I said, "Well, I don't have a ticket. I don't know where it is that I'm going." And he said, "Well, sir, first chance you get, why don't you turn around and come back out?" And I said, "I'll do it. I'll do it." And I moved with this group of people, and we came to this. It opened up into this big cow pasture, and there was a bank of people sitting on the other side of it. And I didn't know what was going on or what was going to happen. But I looked down there in that cow pasture, and there was like 5 or 6 convicts, and they was blowing whistles and running around, and I don't know what all. And I saw this young girls with short skirts jumping up and yelling and doing somersaults and everything. And I thought, well, maybe I'll sit down and see what it is that's going to happen. And in a minute, out of one end of a big old outhouse, a big bunch of boys came running into that cow pasture. And when they did, everybody on my side got up and yelled and screamed and hollered. And it kind of scared me a little bit. And in a minute, out of the other end of that outhouse, another bunch of boys came running out onto that field. And that side stood up and yelled and hollered. And I didn't know what was going to happen. And I asked the guy next to me uh, what it is that's going to happen. And he said, "Buddy, have a drink." And I said, "Well, I believe I will." I went and got me another big orange drink. And then when I got back, what I saw bothered me a lot, because that group of boys they was knocking each other down and stepping on themselves, and they're playing with this little pumpkin, and they it kicked that pumpkin and fell on that pumpkin and threw at that pumpkin, and it never did bust, so it must have been a special pumpkin. But and then if one of them got hurt, they'd take him off and run another one on. And I just didn't understand what was going on. And about that time, this young boy came and said, "Sir, you're going to have to leave because you don't have a ticket." And so I did. I got up and I left. And I thought about it years later, and I finally decided that those group of boys were trying to get from one end of that cow pasture to the other without getting knocked down or stepping in something. Yeah. What? Who was playing? Well, I believe it was Cisco Lobos and Fusio Bobcats. Yeah, that's who was playing. And Lobos was whipping up on them pretty good that day. And I know that they didn't get knocked down very much. Well, I was there, and I know dang well they never did step in something. Well, I gotta go. I'll see y'all. That was a story I was wanting to tell y'all. Maybe we'll talk again sometime. Bye now.